Hi again. Today I'm going to talk about bioelectrotherapy, of course. That's what it's all about. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the metals that we use in this therapy. We use copper and silver. And we use it in a water-based solution and no volatile organic compounds. There's just copper and silver. And historically, we know that both these metals have high value for treating infections. The Romans have used it way back for, putting it in their wine and in their milk and different things, and for treating wounds and so on. That's typically silver. But what about copper? It happens that copper is also highly antimicrobial and antipathogenic, and they don't work in the same way. They have different properties, a way of behavior when healing these infections. What would happen if we combined, and I did, I combined 50-50 in this doe-foot bottle, 50% copper and 50% silver. And what I'm doing here is I have a super infection fighter. It kills bacteria, it kills virus, it kills fungi, and it also is an antiparasitic. And I can just put it on a wound. I wouldn't put it on an open wound necessarily, but I would, if there was an inflamed area there and I thought it was infectious in some way, I might just apply it topically. Toe fungus, for example. Toe fungus is highly resistant to treatment, and any treatment they have is highly toxic. And so if you have toe fungus, I would suggest you might want to try a combination. Take a little bit out of both these bottles, make a little 50-50 mix, and try it and see what happens. Because if you have it on your toe, you probably have it everywhere. I've been doing a little research on fungi, and apparently they're suspecting, it's in your liver. For cancer, for example, in tumors, they're finding fungus, and they're finding it in the brain. They're finding it on skin diseases like eczema and psoriasis and so on. So if you have it in your toe, you have it probably permeating your entire body. And so right now, our antibiotics are not doing what they used to do. They've developed resistance, and so we need to find another super antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. Even antibiotics don't kill virus, they don't kill fungus. So we may have a solution right here, and it's a solution of 50% copper and 50% silver. And I'm experimenting myself. I admit I've got a toe fungus, and I'm applying it on the nail and around the nail in the tissues. And I suspect that, again, if it's in your toe, it's elsewhere. It's everywhere. And you want to eliminate that as much as possible. I believe that probably it may well be contributing to mental health issues, dementias and Alzheimer's and things like that. In Chinese medicine, we believe to treat the head, we treat the feet. If Korean hand therapy, we can treat the toe, and reflexology. We treat the toe and we treat the head. So by clearing the fungus from your toe, you will be effectively having an effect on the fungus everywhere in your body. So that's just basic microsystem Chinese medicine principles. So stay curious. You might want to give it a try if you have a toe fungus problem or other infections around your body, even psoriasis or eczema. Dilute it some and then just apply it to the inflamed tissues, not to open wounds or open ulcers and stuff like that. You could put it around the ulcer, around the infection, and you would have an effect on those tissues. Anyway, just a thought, and stay curious, experiment, see what happens. It would be this is a totally safe way to develop a super infection fighter. Copper and silver. Check it out. Go Google it. Google infections, silver, infections, copper. And who knows, I don't know if they're using copper-silver combinations, but I am. Anyway, thanks very much for listening, and stay curious, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.